What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and why I'm still very bullish for the somewhat near-term and long-term futures, despite it being in the red right now. I'm also going to be talking about the overall stock market and how on earth some changes from the Fed can cause some red, at least for the year 2022. And even if that is the case, guys, even if some changes from the Fed cause some red, I still have to note that Tesla has many bullish catalysts that could still let this thing run, even if that is going on. So I'm going to break down what these bullish catalysts are and why I'm still super excited for the future of Tesla and why I think 2022 is still going to be a great year for Tesla's fundamentals. I'm also going to be talking about some big pieces of news coming out for Tesla and what on earth Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend Elon Musk, has been tweeting about that makes me very, very bullish for the future of Tesla. Now, before I say anything about Elon Musk's tweets, before I say anything about Tesla's share price, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to qualify for free real-time level 2 data for US stocks with $0 commission trading. So please check that out if you guys want. You'll get free money if you sign up. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, it's down 2.15%. Even though Tesla's in the red right now, guys, I am not losing faith whatsoever. So I do want to talk about some very important things, such as what's going on with the market before I go into more detail about Tesla and why the market's bringing Tesla's price a little bit in the red. So the S&P right now is not looking too bad. Even though the S&P is on a bit of a downward trend, it's not necessarily down too bad. It's still not too far from those all-time highs. It's down 0.09%. And I want to be honest with you guys. I don't think we're on a straight up like crash right now. I don't think we're necessarily in a market correction just yet. I just think that the Fed right now is in a very, very keen state that's causing it to move the way it is. So look at the fear and greed index. We're currently on the neutral side, right? We're not on the fearful side. We're not on the greedy side. We're very neutral right now, which is a good sign in my opinion, right? We're no longer very fearful. We're just kind of in the middle. And as you guys can see, as a result of that, the S&P is kind of having some consolidation at very, not so low price ranges compared to before. So that's an indicator that Tesla's not necessarily at its doomsday just yet. Guys, don't necessarily look at it that way. We're basically dropping, we're starting to consolidate, which is a good sign, which means that we're finding our bottom and we could start to bounce up from here. But I want to talk about the Fed real quick. So what is the Fed doing, guys? So the Fed right now is, I want to say that this is kind of an exaggeration, but there's truth behind it. They kind of are scaring the market with a triple threat of policy tightening. And what's basically going on is they were very dovish over the last couple of years, right? They were allowing our assets to really, really grow before they started taking some strict action. That's something that Jerome Powell was just talking about in their latest report. So at the end of the day, they're going to be tapering at a faster rate. But then there was one significant change that they talked about, and that is the fact that interest rate hikes may be a lot sooner than anticipated, as inflation is not as transitory, quote unquote, transitory as they said it was before. So with that said, there are articles like this coming out from Business Insiders saying that payments on everything from credit cards to cars could creep higher in March as the Fed ramps up its fight against inflation. Or in other words, guys, interest rates could start going up as soon as March, or at least sooner than anticipated. So the fear associated with this and other policy changes like that could drive the market down, including Tesla. And as you guys can see, Tesla does look like it's on a bit of a downward trend. The MACD is kind of showing it could continue dropping a little bit. The RSI is a little bit low at 42.31. And at the end of the day, guys, we seem to hit that bottom at like 1,020. So I do think that that's our bottom. We could drop as low as the $1,000 level of support. But for now, guys, I don't think this is the end. This is not the end for Tesla for 2022. I still think that, look, tomorrow may be a red day. We may have some red days early next week. But at the end of the day, we could have some very big reversals up to maybe even all-time highs again because of many bullish catalysts coming out. I still think when it comes to fundamentals and their numbers, it's going to be a fantastic year for Tesla, even if the share price doesn't reflect that perfectly. So what I'm trying to say is, we could still have good reversals starting like next week or the next upcoming weeks, even if the market is not in the best of states. And that's because of this right here. First off, we have news coming out that the Giga Berlin may be approved with special conditions. In other words, we're very, very close to seeing this big factory where they're going to be producing more Teslas, basically opening up very, very soon. That's going to be very bullish for 2022. That's a very good piece of news, and that's going to help their production absolutely explode. Now, I did see another report stating that production right here specifically is going to be a little bit slow starting off, but once again, that's still very, very bullish news because it's opening, guys. They're going to be expanding their business. It's going to improve their numbers, their EPS, their revenue, and big things like that. Now look at this right here. Newsbreak has reported that paperwork shows that Austin's Tesla Gigafactory is nearing an opening date. Once again, a huge piece of news. I was talking about this before. In 2022 or even early 2022, we should see the Gigafactory in Texas opening up, guys. That's going to be very, very awesome news. Imagine they start producing even more Teslas. They're going to get closer and closer and closer to more production of the Model 3s and even the Cybertruck, guys. This is probably where the Cybertruck is going to be produced. I think that people saw a prototype of it very close to it once. So that's going to be absolutely awesome news. Another thing is this right here. Tesla has unveiled its giant Megapack battery project in Texas. Why is this bullish news? Because not only are they going to be producing cars, but they're actually entering a very big business center, and that is energy storage in the state of Texas and maybe other places in the world too going forward. That's going to be awesome, in my opinion, because a lot of people in Texas need energy storage because they don't always want to rely on the power grid systems, which are not necessarily connected with the entire consecutive states of the US. So that in turn, what is that going to do from the eyes of investors, right? Institutional investors are going to see this and they're going to think, wow, another big revenue generating, income stream, another big way Tesla's numbers could get better. Once again, more bullish news coming from this factory. It's very, very awesome in my opinion. So what does this mean for Tesla's share price? Like I told you guys, tomorrow may be a red day. Next week may have some red days. But even if we enter that, recession or market correction, so to speak, there's going to be times where Tesla runs to the upside, guys. I expect very high volatility, and we may even hit all-time highs again because of these very bullish pieces of news. Now, the big things to remember in this is that Tesla did nothing wrong to cause it to drop. Everything that they've done, or at least next to everything, has been good, 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 good for investors, for people like you and me, and things like that. So it's very awesome. It's very, very awesome, and we do have some very bullish pieces of news. The big thing that I wanted you guys to know is that these factories opening up are going to improve their Q1 earnings reports. For instance, their Q2 earnings report, they're going to get better and better and better because of these pieces of news. Now, another big piece of news that came out that's maybe not so big, but I want to talk about that, and that's the fact that Nikola finally gives up on the $2 billion patent trolling lawsuit against Tesla over the semi-truck design. So you guys can see that they look similar, but once again, Nikola finally quit on that whole lawsuit, which I think was kind of ridiculous. So that's a good piece of news, so to speak. Now, let me end the video with this right here. Elon Musk retweeted this, and he's reminding you of something very awesome. It's the fact that the solar roofs generate clean energy to keep your home warm during cold winter months. Once again, who are they basically kind of advertising to in this tweet? It's basically for people of Texas who do not want to just depend on the power grid systems there. They could store their own energy. They could get into solar roofs that generate clean energy. It's very, very cool in my opinion. And it's a big, big, big thing about Tesla. I've said this a million times. Even though the majority of investors probably see it as an electric car company, you have to remember it's not just an electric car company. It is an energy storage company too. It's an AI company. It's so much in one, which I just have to say is going to be very bullish going forward. Now, the last thing is this right here. Someone reported that the UK EV sales are going up, and the Model 3 is ranked as they got number one for one title and number two for another title. So this title right here, I think there's a list right here I'm going to show you. It's the top 10 battery electric vehicles. The Tesla Model 3 is number one based off its battery technology. Now, if I exit this and go to right here, overall, based off the car's performance and everything like that, the Tesla Model 3 is ranked as number two. And even though it's number two, it doesn't matter in my opinion. It's still a very, very good car. It's one of the top cars in the UK for EVs, and it's absolutely crushing it. So based off of this data, guys, what could we take away? Tesla may drop because of what the Fed is doing, as the Fed is becoming more hawkish. But at the end of the day, guys, there are going to be some things that could cause this thing to run up even in 2022, even if the market is in the red. And on top of that, guys, remember the long term. Over the long term for 2023, 24, 25, we could easily see the share price explode because of all these bullish catalysts, because of the production getting better, their deliveries improving, and all the very big bullish pieces of news. So with that said and done, guys, Look at the fundamentals, guys. Don't just look at Tesla's share price from a day-to-day basis and then cry over that. You have to remember the fundamentals. You have to remember the improvement in this company and the fact that it's still an amazing company going forward for the long term. So I thank you for listening, guys. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and never ever give up on your dreams. I'll see you in the next one, and Tesla to the moon. Peace out.